Hey, what up, Fakesagan? This is Zycro. And I'm responding to your drug video. I have to say, at first, I wasn't going to respond. Because I was thinking, this is Fakesagan's public service announcement, so when he's saying things a little bit beyond the norm, he's just trying to exaggerate things for the benefit of the kiddies. But in watching all your rebuttals, I guess you're taking it a little more seriously than I thought. And the things that I thought were kind of over the top were when you said that America imprisons the most people because we imprison dissenters. Also, you said that cops are all the jock assholes in high school who just love to bust people's balls. And a couple other things, but I guess those are the things that kind of surprised me the most, because usually you're a very objective guy, but those statements are so subjective I thought they were completely off the cuff. And well, I'd just like to say that I'm kind of in a unique position to comment on law enforcement and outlaws in life, because I was born into an outlaw motorcycle gang and saw a lot of gang-related activity up till about the age of 10. And then my mom was able to get away from my dad, and she ended up marrying a corrections officer. So my life has been full of bikers and cops, and I've seen both sides of it. I've got a lot of relatives who have served time or are serving time, and I can tell you 100% that nobody in my family who's serving time or who has served time because they gave a shit what the United States government did. So I'd just like to say that while the prospect of American citizens being locked up because they were voicing their First Amendment rights could be valid, I don't know everything, I've never fucking seen it once, ever. And I'm talking relatives like my dad, multiple cousins, brothers-in-laws, people with whom I'm intimate, and I know their aspects of their life, and I know why they were locked up. And it wasn't because they said George Bush was an asshole, or that the Iraq War was wrong, or anything of that nature. They were locked up because they were breaking the law in a very aggravated way, repeatedly, and they deserved it. Now on to the issue about cops being assholes. I do agree that there are lots of cops out there who are just pricks. Having said that, I'll also say that I've known a lot of cops who are some of the best people I've known in my life. They're just good people. And I can just use my stepdad as an example. No, he wasn't a cop, actually. He was a corrections officer at the county jail here. We've got a small county, and what that means is that when you have a small county, you see the same people coming in and out of that jail for their entire lives. That's how it happens. A county jail is adult daycare. That's what it boils down to. Every once in a while, the county gets a hold of some real felonious baddie from out of state or something of that nature, but 9 times out of 10, it's the same Tom, Dick, and Harry whose lives are completely screwed up, and they just stay that way throughout their entire lives. Having said that, every time, well, maybe not 9 out of 10 people, but it's a good majority. Every time I've seen one of these inmates of the county jail encounter my stepdad on the street, they are so happy to see him because he treated them really, really well in the jail. He treated them like human beings. A lot of corrections officers do get a big head and they think they're, their power goes to their head and they act like pricks. But I've seen a lot of them who are really nice people. And cops too, because of my dad's acquaintances and my stepdad's. I know plenty of cops, and some are pricks, but some are the nicest people you could ever know. And it is a lot of times a shitty and dangerous job. And I think to say that they're all assholes who want to bust your balls is going a little overboard. And I mean, some of the guys that I know who are cops, I was in the Marine Corps with one guy, and he got out and became a cop in an adjoining town, and he got killed in the line of duty. What happened was there was a vehicle parked in a public park after hours. He got out to check what was going on, and there was a guy sitting in there, and the cop asked if he was okay. You know, the normal stuff. And the guy said, my legs hurt. And this guy looked in to see what the problem was. He was a rookie. And the dude just shot him right in the side, right where his vest wasn't. I mean, he knew where the vest was not. And ran him over on the way out. And went on a high-speed chase, and the troopers eventually got his ass. And the details of what transpired were known because they put him in a cell at the county jail, and then they put an undercover right in with him. And he spilled his guts to the undercover, acting tough. "I shot that cop, man." So there's cops out there who die just by helping people. So anyway, man, as far as what I think should be done with drugs, I think they should legalize marijuana, sell it like they do cigarettes, have public ads against it. As far as coke and heroin, I think they should up the penalties for them. I mean, I've seen enough of that going on in my life too that it never leads to anything good. And something else you said that was bullshit was you said that drugs are the poor man's vacation, where a rich person can just go to the Caymans. Well, define a rich person, dude. I mean, I know some people who are worth millions, and they work way friggin' harder than I do, who's worth jack shit, basically. They work their asses off, and I mean, some of them I know have never taken vacations out of state until they retire. A poor man's vacation. That's really a bad way of looking at it, because I don't know anyone who's ever tried to escape from their life through drugs who is successful. It's just a downward spiral. Good luck with that. Anyone who's on a poor man's vacation, you know as well as I do that a mushroom cap's going to cost you at least $10 per cap. Good pot's going to cost you at least 25 an eighth. Besides, by the way, the good pot's coming from Vermont, Maine, and New Hampshire. On the East Coast, at least. It's not coming from Canada because it's too hard to get across the border in an economical way these days. Of course, the brick weed is still coming from Mexico. But no, drugs ain't a poor man's vacation, man. It's just a downward spiral of hell. A poor man's vacation. Poor man's vacation is going to the cinema or having a backyard barbecue. I mean, when pot costs you $40, $50 for a quarter, you could spend $40 or $50 and have a few people over for an afternoon and even have a couple beers. So, no, it ain't a poor man's vacation, man. It's just hell. Anyway, peace.